Right, it says we're streaming. Let's just check the live channel and see, or the main channel, and see that I entered the stream key properly, and we're not on my on the Champs Chat stream.
And refreshing. We are live, baby.
Woo!
We made it.
We did it. Yeah, I might be able to put the comments up here. Let me go over here and just mute this channel. Bob, we're live. How are you doing tonight, sir?
It's been a real tough time for me recently, but I'm stoked to have made it here.
Wow, I'm sorry to hear that. Is there anything I can do virtually from an undisclosed location?
No, man. Honestly, being able to do this is more than I think you realize. It's been tough recently with work and more work.
Oof.
Yeah, so I've got the full-time job 9 to 5, and I got another full-time job afterwards. So it has been hectic. Got audit stuff going on the secondary job. Yeah, got stuff going on with the significant other. Just dealing with it.
Okay.
Right now. So. But yeah, look, everyone deals with stuff. I'm not here looking for like any feel bads or anything like that. I'm sure plenty of people are dealing with much worse stuff out there than me. So I am here. I got my bottle of water, and I'm ready to have some fun and stream.
Nice. Well, if you're just joining us in the chat, this is Therapy Sessions with Bob and Lee. Not Therapy Sessions, the album by NF, which is also a fantastic read, but... Yeah.
You listen to NF, Lee?
Oh yeah, I like NF. He's a good dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
That one catches me by surprise. There's some good NF songs.
There are. Yeah. I mean, I really like his stuff. He's he's got a number. Like his newest album that came out last year sometime, I haven't spent a whole lot of time with, but Therapy Session, what was the second one after that? Anyway, we're getting sidetracked. We're supposed to be talking about champion stuff. That was what we were supposed to be talking about. And technically, we've got a blog to reveal, I've heard.
That is true. And you know what? Actually, not to spoil anything in particular, but what we were talking about right now was music.
Oh.
That might be related with what's going on in the blog in a few minutes.
That's right. I forgot we were getting Jelly Roll in the game this weekend. Oh, wait. No, never mind. That's...
Please don't.
Travis Scott. We're getting Travis Scott. That's what it is.
Oh my god, dude. I mean, hey, look, we just got a brand new revamped Yokozuna, right? Why not add Jelly Roll to the game?
Wow. Oh. People are saying, please don't wish that on the universe right now. Oh, jeez.
No, we're not. Oh, Lord, that was great.
Oh, goodness. Good.
Oh, here, let's do the faction roll call.
That's right. We haven't done that yet.
Get that out there, and maybe I can pin that for a couple of minutes here. How's about like 10 minutes?
That sounds good.
Alrighty, y'all. Faction roll call. Who do we got in the building today? I'll start. TNM.
Oh. TM. We just missed the end. We're just TM.
Yeah, TM
and M&M's. NNF the next M&M. The Empirics, Grim Creepers, COTC, Woken Warriors 420, more cream of the crop. Wow, we just got all of them. Dylan Toxic Mafia, the name says it all. Good job. Factions are for noobs, go solo. That's some advice.
Solo is not in this blog read, alright?
Oh.
Leave Solo go out of this.
That's right. Not a full-time job. Real Playas, HCA, Venomous Vipers, Heaven in the House, Xena All Day, TNM. I heard about them somewhere. Yeah. Swavey Crockett? That's funny.
Yeah, good old Swavey.
Off
We
the
love
top
talking about
rope.
him.
You guys have the most cream of the crop tonight. Yeah, we do. Cream of the crop's representing. I know we got some. Oh, you kind of froze for a second there.
Yeah, he froze on my end too.
Uh-oh, I hope
I
my
wonder if
internet
I
says
might
it's
have too
good.
much stuff
Did
open.
you inherit Rusty's potatoes? Is that the potato internet passed over to you?
That I want to go onto Twitch now and clip that. Just did you inherit Rusty's potatoes and then just cut it right there.
Just done. Oh my gosh.
That'd be a great new little intro.
That's right. Did you inherit Rusty's potatoes? Oh. Well, if you remember correctly, there was a stretch before you were the official content creator where Furpo was really trying to get us to clip stuff, and
Yeah.
Bob was the guy. He clipped all sorts of chicanery for us, and always the worst ones, like the best worst ones. You know what I mean?
Listen, Mae Young was a superstar in the TNM server, all right? That's all I'm going to say. I had that sound clip for at least half of a year as my intro theme every time I'd walk into a voice chat. And it just made me smile so much. It just made me smile so much. It was like Rusty just always brings the happiness. It was so great. It was so great.
Oh, that is awesome. Well, I think we're a couple minutes, but we could probably get the party started here in a sec. What do you think? Anything else you need to talk about, or anybody else you need to shout out before I do the video thing? And
you know what? Before we do the video, I think we could do a different type of faction roll call too. It won't take all that long, but I'm curious. So we had a new type of showdown recently.
Yeah.
And that put us in our own separate brackets, but a bunch of them, right? I want to ask the chat, what were some of the favorite names of factions that you saw out there?
Oh,
Not your own faction, but some faction names you've just never seen and never heard of. What were some of your favorites? Because there was a few out there that were absolutely great.
It wasn't just 5-second pose every single time I try to feud or no, there's a few factions actually that we run into like repeatedly. We the Ones, Restate says.
Yeah, man, we were in voice chat this one on the showdown, and there was, I don't know, there's like a handful of us always that hang out, and people are like, I see some weird faction I've never seen before. There's a crazy named one. I think one of the funny ones that I saw that somebody pointed it out, you know, your faction has the little icon that like indicates the thing, right? So there's have the trickster icon where it looks like the snake, right?
Yeah.
And there was a new faction I've never seen before called Purple Fire Viper, and they had the chaotic trickster icon, and I'm like, this is so awesome. I was like, that's so great.
Oh wow, I did not realize that, but that is cool.
Yeah, just a weird little instance I had noticed. But yeah, you know, hey, look, keep an eye out next time that you're in Showdown for some funky faction names and bring it on back to us.
Oh, I love that. All right, well, we are going to reveal the blog, and there are some actual big surprises. One of them's music related, as Bob said. Then we're going to do a power rating. Either Becky or Chad Gable, the Grande Americano. Then we're going to read the blog again because we're contractually what?
We don't know that it's Gable. Come on now, it's just numero uno El Grande
Americano. Oh, it's just. Numero. Oh, so you mean it's not Ludwig Kaiser?
I'm not saying who it is or isn't. You know, it could be anybody. I mean, for all you know, Santino Marella might have come back, right? Like, who knows? Who knows?
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Oh, all right. Well, we're going to do that. And then we might even do a second power rating of the one that we don't get to on the other side. So let me fade us to black and then do the intro. Rusty is El Grande.
I
Nice.
was just laughing at that.
I'm gonna have to tell him. What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee from Champions Chat with Two Bob. Two Bob, how you doing?
I'm here. I made it.
You made
My webcam is finally working.
Hooray for existence. Sometimes the bare minimum is the greatest thing, man. You know, just get there. Yeah. All right. Well, we've got a blog to reveal, and it is the Ring of the Brave. With, we were just talking about this. I think this is Ludwig Kaiser, or I don't know who's the man behind the mask there. They make it so mysterious on us in TV land.
I'm telling you, my money's on Santino Marella.
The Cobra Americano edition. Oh, would you just get the Cobra with a little coffee mug right there? That would be, yeah. Well,
I need to look up.
Need to look at what? Oh, kind of froze on me there, Bob. The potato internet has continued to plague us. All right. Ring of the Brave. Champions, show off your star-spangled strength this 4th of July and earn El Grande Americano numero uno, a powerful new moment. And here's our music-related item. Celebrate Ozzy's final show with Bark at the Moon rewards. Now, I know you and Gerson and Furpo were talking about this, and I kind of just caught a little bit of it. So what does Ozzy's final show mean, Bob?
So for some background on the concert, it is dubbed Back to the Beginning. It is set to take place on Saturday, July 5th in Birmingham, England. And this is going to be Ozzy's final retirement show in the UK with Black Sabbath. It is a mega show. Metallica, wow. Guns N' Roses, Slayer, Smashing Pumpkins, a bunch of people are going to be there. But this is Ozzy Osbourne's retirement final show. That is why we have Ozzy's final show.
Yeah. And Bark at the Moon, does that mean the Halloween-only character might be available this weekend?
It's looking like it.
All right.
Looking like it.
Well, don't miss the sweepstakes for a shot at 6-star gold El Grande Americano, and you can earn El Grande Americano in the top milestone and leaderboard. Relive the epic body slam challenge with the powerful new moment. I'll let you talk about that too here in just a second, but let's get to where it shows it. Find it in the tour and prize wall. All right, Bob, tell us about the Day 2 special.
Alrighty, so the Day 2 special we're looking at here, the final show of Darkness contest. It is the Back to the Beginning, Ozzy's final show. This weekend marks Ozzy's final show, and we're going out with a Bark. Celebrate the in-game experience with a special event. Earn the Bark at the Moon Ozzy, the Dark Master skill plate, and prize wall medallions, as well as more Ozzy in the loot. And Lee here actually has a link. Thank you to Gerson and Furpo for adding this so that we can show off exactly what it is that we are looking at and talking about the Black Sabbath Back to the Beginning with Ozzy Osbourne's retirement show. So if you are an Ozzy fan, feel free to click on that link and get a whole lot more information out of it.
Yeah. Also, you can celebrate 3K with a bang. Enter now. This 4th of July, go big or go home. Basically, what it's going to say is that they got 3,000 people on the Discord server already. The Champions Chat server has like 15% of that. I don't know about yours, but they already got there. And I'm just hoping more people come over to your server and to my server as well with the awesomeness we have on Discord. But Because of this, they're going to give away 3 El Grande Americanos at up to 6-star gold, even though the star is silver there. So you can join the sweepstakes. Link will be added. That's a beautiful link will be added. So eventually you can click here.
Actually there.
Oh, hold on. Let me refresh. Maybe. Oh, there it is. Look at that.
Yeah.
See, now I got rid of the preview version of the blog. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Also, please note, screenshots are taken from a test environment. Text numbers, items, and dates subject change. Some parts of the contest may be work in progress, so check in-game for latest numbers, items, and details once the contest has started. Basically, whatever Bob and I say is based on the information we had at the time. Things might change, but Bob's going to give you a schedule. So, Bob, what's coming up?
The schedule, the events that we got, the Ring of the Brave solo contests. Notice with an S. It starts on the 4th at reset time and ends on the 7th at reset time. Faction Feud itself begins 4 hours after reset on the 5th and ends reset on the 6th. Blitz starts reset on the 6th and also ends reset on the 7th. And the Day 2 special final Show of Darkness contest begins reset on the 5th and ends reset on the 6th. That is our schedule for the weekend.
Sounds good. You can take the Prestige Pass part too. We'll just keep trading things off, but that's like that's an add-on sentence.
For me. Listen, I mean, hey, don't forget Prestige Pass only gets an exclusive Prestige drop this weekend, like it does practically every weekend. But the way to get it, join the club, and you will be able to claim your exclusive Prestige drop this weekend for free.
Yeah, except for you pay for the club, so little misleading, but it's still technically right. Rewards contest this weekend. So notice the focus is El Grande Americano, but there are no shards of him available, which is, interesting. Which means the only way to get him is the 6-star bronze in the top solo milestone, which does usually involve a decent amount of spend, let's be honest. Like the top solo milestone is not available in the free part of things. Plus, you can get up to 6,000 of his shards in the leaderboard, 75 in blitzes, and 25 in offers. I'm pretty sure he's going to be in the loot. I don't know if that's confirmed anywhere in here, but it would seem weird if it was his weekend and he's not in the loot, right?
Not confirmed.
Not confirmed. Yep, speculation mania. Also, back in business, Bex, there's 75 in the solo and 75 in offers. Then there's more shards later on. So this is a very shard light weekend, but there's lots of Aussie stuff going on as well. All right, talk about the prize wall. There's a premium one if you get Grande Americano, so he's got to be in the loot. Like, right? I take it away. I'm stepping on your time, Bob. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Hey, I mean, look, the premium prize wall is here. Earn some premium medallions with Grande Americano numero uno for those extra rewards. The prize wall contains a Visceral Visage skill plate. That is the big old Viscera eyeball skill plate. The Nearing End,
which is really good on Bark at the Moon at Ozzy. That Nearing End, really good on him.
Tippy top notch. And I've always loved the improvement that they have made on these 6-star gold token chests. Typically, it used to just be 1. Now I think it's 10 for 1 token.
Oh.
So it's been solid. It's been a nice little pick me up. So the premium prize wall is feeling a little premium this weekend. Recruit the new Grande Americano numero uno and play his tour for medallions.
I saw that and I forgot to send it to him to say, hey, fix this before we say it. It's okay. Well, you never know. You know what? If it's not Chad Gable under the mask, we cannot confirm or deny that might not be a female. Maybe it's Maxine Dupree. Did you ever think of that?
I mean, look, she's looking ripped more and more every day. I can't take that away from Lee. He brings up a great point.
All right. Well, tell us about the feud prize wall, because you also know who's in that moment, and I don't. So man. I'm going to hear it for the first time here.
Yeah, so the feud prize wall, the non-premium prize wall, we just have the feud prize wall itself. And as you can see, of course, we have the brand new featured moment token. It is the Yokozuna Body Slam Challenge moment token. Some huge bonuses. All gem defense, all gem damage, all health. I don't know why it's all health, but all health.
All
you got
health will reign loose. Uh,
you got more multi-gem strength. You got protect gem and botch gem damage, which is significant increases for
yeah.
both of those. Definitely going to help both of the revamped characters we got this month in Powerhouse Lex and Yoko. And in regards to who the moment is going to be for, I don't have exact characters, but the following information has been passed on. The moment will be for Luger, Yoko, Macho Man, and the Steiners. So do
Nice.
with that what you
Okay. I like that. But which
will. Token. And
Macho Man?
I don't know.
Oh,
I,
okay.
yeah, no, I never got information on that. I'm curious myself. I'm assuming Macho Man is arguably the acro,
Right.
which would be. I mean, it would make
Macho
sense
Man.
for that time era,
Yeah.
and it'd be kind of interesting because
Huh.
6 multi-gem strength would definitely not be bad on someone that had like base 2. That's a
Yeah.
big pick me up.
That is. Or if it was Hall of Fame Macho, or maybe both of those. I don't know. That would be amazing.
If it's Hall of Fame macho,
Mm.
watch out.
Mm.
You want me to take
Yeah,
away the
keep going
warrior?
in
Or
this
you want to go
section.
first?
Yeah, you keep going.
Sure. All right, we got the Ultimate Warrior, the powerhouse. That is right, an updated entourage ability for Ultimate Warrior. Warrior at 6-star gold, 80% silence gem defense. Scaling
Interesting.
between 5k and 35k talent. Get him at 6-star silver on the prize wall. I love the fact that we can get these characters at 6-star full, let alone 6-star silver now. This is
Yeah.
a huge pick me up, especially when we need to take them all the way 6-star gold instead of getting them at like 5-star.
Right.
So massive win, in my opinion. And maybe he's not got the greatest. Maybe he does have a really good entourage. I don't know, but I'd rather get him at 6 silver than at 5-star gold.
That's true. That is true.
Uh,
There's also a bunch of shards this weekend. There's Drew McIntyre, the good new one, the new CM Punk, the Yeet, Kamala. I would love to get Kamala. I didn't get him. Michelle, if you missed her, there's shards. Vader Time, which is criminally underrated card. Lots of people don't use that poster when they don't realize like how much he can actually hit for. Viscera, really good. Rex Regum, last time is now Cena, one of my favorite newer characters. Walking Condominium Bundy, Umaga, Liv Morgan, Naomi, Big Boss Man, Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, Bam Bam Bigelow, Dominic Mysterio, CM Punk, the other CM Punk, and Brawling Brute Sheamus. Plus, there is a Tama's chest plate, which is interesting. They would specifically put that one on there. Now, I haven't used El Grande Americano. Does he have a Tama plate build?
no.
Oh, well, never mind. I thought I cracked the code here, and it was really, I'm sorry, your princess is in another castle. Never mind.
Very much so.
All right. The Nightmare Insignia, Bulldogs, Bracers, and other stuff that I'm not going to be wrong on. And you can see the chest. It's the same usual thing. A very rare chance to get a 3-star gold. But then there are shards of some pretty rare characters here. So I do like that. Oh, wow. You get all the Ozzy. So right, circling back to the contest about Ozzy. Go right ahead.
Yep, we are back. It is the Day 2 special, the final show of Darkness contest. Make sure to spend final show of Darkness loot coins and earn some awesome Aussie rewards. The max milestone, 1.6 million points. You can see the reward highlights here are a 6-star bronze Aussie, Osborne barked at the moon. So pretty cool if you get him and don't need to worry about filling stars out. You can get yourself a Dark Master skill plate. Whenever you break 20 or more trap gems, generate 20 black gems and 11 prize wall medallions for the weekend prize wall.
But wait,
And
there's more,
if
because this is the thing that Rusty doesn't know and has been asking for literally behind the scenes for months. Tell him
yeah,
about it.
I mean, look, I'm looking forward to this one too. I had never got this, so I'm stoked when I saw it. Unleash your dark side. Grab the Prince of Darkness Aussie gear in the shop and rock the ring in legendary style. Do not miss this gear special for Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness, in celebration of his final show. The gear is there for $20.
Now, I know the question, people. I'm not monitoring the chat. I apologize, chat. I can't see that screen, this screen, this screen, and this screen all at once. Streaming is a lot. But I know people are going to ask, does this mean Ozzy Osbourne is leaving Champions soon? And I think we've got a somewhat of a non-answer for that, right?
So the answer to that, and I asked, does this mean that since it's the final show that there's no more Ozzy? And that was not the response we got. The response we got is that it's the final show because it is his retirement show in the UK, not his retirement appearance with WWE champions. So there may be chances for Ozzy in the future, but we don't have a concrete, as Lee has alluded to, a concrete answer on that as of yet.
Right.
But this does not mean that this is the final curtain for Ozzy. That is not how this is being presented.
Correct, but it does. You know, there is always the chance, especially Bark at the Moon being such a rare character. I'm not saying go out of your way to spend or anything like that. I'm just saying watch how, like, the TMNT events, the Rocky events. There's only a limited shelf life before they lose the license to them. So this is the next Aussie event. We don't know if it's the last one. It might be, but we're not saying that it is. They're saying, so it's, like I say, it's a non-answer, but not guaranteed it's going away. So, yeah. Solo contest, earn contest points throughout the weekend, and of course, spin the loot. Max milestone 11 million. The top milestone, the very last one, is guaranteed a 6-star bronze El Grande Americano. So technically, if you want to spend your way there, or if magic happens some other way, you can get him guaranteed. 75 Becky shards, which seems a little light, and 65 Ring of the Brave feud medallions, plus. The top 20 leaderboard ranks can get 6,000 up to El Grande Americano numero uno shards, and the top 2 get his guaranteed poster at up to 6-star gold. Bob, are you gonna sweep the leaderboard again and take the top spot? Is that a spoiler here?
The spoiler? I'll give you a spoiler. It's not going to be me.
Oh, dang it. Okay. Thought I was calling my shot there, but nope, I guess not. Oh, well. All right. Win a faction feud battle with El Grande Americano. That's rare. Drew McIntyre, the Chosen One. That's rare. Kamala, the Ugandan Giant. That's rare. Viscera, if you paid $100, you got him guaranteed. Rex Regum, fairly rare. Big Boss Man, free tier. King Kong Bundy, free tier. And any Ozzy Osbourne, the purple one, was free tier. So there's a little bit of a mix, like there always is. But there's also a faction feud going on. I don't know. Tell us about that, Bob.
Absolutely. There is the feud contest. Make sure to play feud for war score points and reach milestones to earn additional feud medallions for bonus rewards in the prize wall. The max milestone is the big, the bad, the 500 million marker. The reward highlights that we have for this one: 12 Brave feud medallions, 12 prize wall medallions, 5 of those Ring of the Brave chests that Lee had talked about a little earlier in the blog read. We also have 8 Ring of the Brave Blitz tickets, 400,000 strap parts, and 2 million metal bits. So a Blitz to look forward to as well this weekend. And don't forget, the top 800 players in the feud contest can earn up to 4 million additional Ring of the Brave solo contest points on the leaderboard. The CSS that we have for this contest, no deviation here. You got every class in the game: your Powerhouse, your Striker, your Tech, your Showboat, your Trickster, and your Acro. They're all 3 million points, limit 10. And we got every era in the game except for IOW, except for P.
Yeah.
Reality, Ruthless Aggression, and Hall of Fame. Those are all 4 million points apiece, limit 6. And I also kind of want to talk about what Lee very briefly discussed in the CSS above. Ozzy Osbourne is a limit 10 on the CSS for the solo contest. So believe it or not, as easily obtainable as Ozzy was, he will actually give you more points than anybody else, including Americano. So make sure to get your Ozzy fights in there.
That is a great shout out, and I love that they made the free tier worth the most points. Like, you got to do a little more matches, but winning with Ozzy is not terribly difficult,
No.
So, yeah, all right. Limited time tours, you can get the Yokozuna's Body Slam Challenge moment token in the 24-hour numero uno tour. So again, I'm speculation mania on my side, but I'm pretty sure that Americano is going to be in the loot, because if you get him Friday, tomorrow, you do the 24-hour tour and you're guaranteed the Body Slam Challenge moment token. So for those who don't want to spend, you're not out anything per se that like you were expected to get. But if you do spend and if you do get him, the Body Slam Challenge token is yours, which is kind of cool. I mean, I like that. Nearly 6 million contest points and another 1.5 million in the 24-hour tour. 7 premium medallions, which does require Grande Americano. So now all the things that don't require you getting him tomorrow. 9 Ring of the Brave chests, 1 Ring of the Brave feud booster, 10 Blitz tickets. And here's your tours. On Friday, you have a 24-hour contest for Grande Americano Numero Uno. Also on Friday, Challenge Tour with Modern Era being the contest and Trickster Powerhouse and Striker, respectively, through the difficulties. American Power, which is Powerhouse Cody, Hogan, Undertaker, Lex Luger, and Bionic Redneck. And Freedom of Fame, which is Strikers, Kurt Angle Hall of Fame, Sergeant Slaughter Hall of Fame, Hulk Hogan Hall of Fame, Dusty Rhodes Hall of Fame. And Saturday is Amazing Grace, which is really kind of cool that they named it that based on his acceptance speech to the Hall of Fame. That was kind of cool. He says, like, by God's amazing grace, I ever walked again. Like, that's kind of neat. Lex Luger Hall of Fame. So there's a mix of everything in here. Aside from the Grande Americano tour, everything is free to play, accessible in some form or fashion. It's just, how well can your Undertaker Hall of Fame or Lex Luger American Original do on Hell Mode? But they can still, if you can beat it, you get the rewards. Any thoughts on all that?
I think it's pretty awesome, honestly. They typically are not so giving with a moment token. Don't get me wrong, like you mentioned, you need to obviously have Americano to get there.
Right.
But that's a huge win, and even if you don't have Americano, you still walk away with a good chunk of a win on the weekend.
Yeah.
Getting a lot of those chests, you're getting the free feud boost, you're getting another 10 Blitz tickets, which I'm stoked they brought the Blitz back. And a lot of these CSS are really not that bad.
Right.
Lex Luger Powerhouse got his revamp, and yeah, maybe he's not the 100 million one button pusher, but he'll get the job done, y'all. And those strikers, I know Sergeant Slaughter isn't the greatest, but that one was going to be pretty doable too. Lex Luger Hall of Fame. I don't know how many of you have seen any of the content creators' videos, but he's going to be real good for the month. This is looking, to me, this is looking like one of the more friendly sets of tour CSS that we've had for sure in a long time.
Nice. Well, then tell us about, you said you were excited the Blitz is back. Tell us about it.
I am stoked about this Blitz. I've always loved these Blitzes, and it is the Sunday Blitz, the Gauntlet Blitz to unleash the heat. That is right, because we are in a major heat wave down here on the East Coast, unfortunately. Not just down here.
Yeah.
But for the regular Blitz, you need both of the top 2 spots. You only need, you only need one of the requirements, but the top two are the only two that are available. You can use any RA or any modern. If you fill the lane, you get +2 MP. It only costs one Ring of the Brave Blitz ticket that is found in tours as well as the feud contest.
And
But
Ozzy counts as your ruthless aggression, by the way. So,
Ozzy does count as your RA too. That's right.
yep.
But if you're in a rush to unleash the heat, make sure to save some time and earn some rewards even faster in the Champion Unleash the Heat Gauntlet Blitz. This one, you do need all 5 spots filled. You have 4 modern 6-star silvers required and 1 ruthless aggression 6-star silver required. 3 modern in the middle, 1 RA and modern across the top. Again, you will get a +2 MP bonus regardless which you use. But these will cost 5 of the Blitz tickets that are also, again, found in tours and the feud contest. The rewards for doing the Blitz, which is why I love the Blitz so much. You will get these Ring of the Brave Blitz bags. Now, they will contain one of 2 items.
Yeah.
Points. The other item is somewhere between 1 and 3 feud medallions. Every normal Blitz gives you 4 of these bags. Every Champion Blitz gives you 20 of these bags. And the CSS for these, because there are also bonuses if you have these characters. If you manage to already get back to business Bex, maybe from the Elite Loot, or Michelle McCool, All-American Diva from last month, who, as they mentioned, was a free recruit last month.
Yep.
You will be able to unlock the CSS, which is some additional Grande Americano shards. So you will be able to get 5 for every normal Blitz that you do. You will be able to get 25 for every Champion Blitz that you do. And with 18 Blitz tickets available, you're looking at about 90 Americano shards if you manage to get every single one of them. So I'm looking forward to it. This is going to be awesome, in my opinion. Always love the Sunday Blitz. Any thoughts on Sunday Blitz making a return, Lee?
Yeah, and no, I mean, usually Sunday is the day where, unless something is happening like this, there's really not a lot of content in the game. And so this does give you something to do on the day where, you know, you're just kind of chilling, hopefully at home with family or whatever you've done. Maybe you're at work, who knows. But it does give you something to do. And like you said, Michelle McCool, you know, I know some people who did not get her, but we did a poll in our faction, and the majority were able to recruit her. And the ones that didn't, you know, a few of them kind of admitted that they just didn't play as much as they could have, which is fine. I mean, that's, you know, there's no shame in that. But they did make the S tier available, as they are with Chad Gable, the new Czech Tech Chad. You know, you should be able to get both of them if you play everything, pretty much. So I think that's really cool, because they're not requiring Becky Lynch be the only thing to get these. Otherwise, most of the community would miss those shards. So I think it's cool. It seems like it's very free-to-play friendly. Faction feud requirements. I don't know why they keep making everything a steel cage. Why do we just get rid of that? But, I mean, just use it special things. But everything is allowed, so that's nice. There's no debuffs. There is just buffs. And so reinforced gem damage is big there. Trap gem damage, purple gem damage, leech gem damage, red gem damage, and bleed damage are all going to be buffed either 50 or 100%. And trap gems, I mean, Ozzy, we already said Ozzy is going to be one of the guys in there. You got trap and bleed, so your purple Ozzy is going to hit really hard. He already hits hard. He's going to hit really hard this weekend. Before I go into the card, thoughts on characters that, you know, people aren't even thinking about that this is going to really help?
This is going to help out so many. This will also help out the Bark at the Moon Aussie too.
Yep.
Using the traps and the purples. I know a lot of people aren't a huge fan, but hysterically enough, the striker Drew McIntyre is going to actually get a huge win because he has a hardcore move that goes up against a lot of characters that will utilize these bonuses. and there is an any trickster in the middle row right next to him. So he's going to be really solid too.
Yep.
There's a lot of hitters out here for this feud. So I will tell you all to just have some fun with that lineup because this is going to be a real fun feud.
That's awesome. Well, as you can see, the card is already in the game, so you already know what you're looking at. But Grande Americano is your top line bonus. That's always supposed to be rare. Any Drew McIntyre 6-star silver. I actually didn't have a 6-star silver Drew McIntyre, and after I already recorded my garbage talent up video that was just having issues, I took Drew McIntyre, the striker one, to 6-star silver finally. Any trickster 6-star, which is also your Aussie spot very likely, and then on the bottom row it's any Raw 5-star, and you do get a first time win bonus for superstars in each brawl, 250k points. So if you did not know, each brawl, meaning you went in, you fought another faction, you came back out. Every time you do that, it resets, and every time you use a unique character, you get a 250k point bonus. So use as many of these as you can. However, keep in mind, if you go above the 175k give or take talent mark, you're going to see a lot of 6-star golds in people's lineups, which, if that's an issue for you, just adjust accordingly. But if you can't kill into 6-star gold, try going 150 or less even, maybe. Bob, feud thoughts. You're a really big feuder. Wrap us up, read the last little bit, and then close the video for us.
So like Lee said, I mean, there's a lot of variety when it comes to feuding, especially nowadays. We got 6-star golds. The talents are so massive that you're talking about people running even 300,000 talent lineups. There's a lot of players out there that have a lot of heavy hitters.
Yep.
If you're okay with fighting those heavy hitters, you go right at it and you have your fun. If you are struggling, there's nothing wrong with running a smaller lineup. I will repeat that. There is nothing wrong with running a smaller lineup. Run to your comfort zone.
Agreed.
For no reason. So make sure that you're comfortable playing feud. There's a lot of open this feud. There's 3 classes, a trickster, a powerhouse, a tech, 3 opens. That's 6 characters that you have that are essentially wide open. Use your roster and have your fun. 500 mil is a long way.
Yeah.
So make sure that you get your wins. It should not be too difficult to do that. There's some really nice steel cage bonuses, some really awesome lane bonuses as well. So have some fun this feud. That's the goal. Playing a game, having some fun. And while you're at it, make sure to head on over to the official forum and Discord. That is right. Don't forget, we have 3,000 members on the new official Discord. That is why there are 3 El Grande Americano giveaways happening this weekend. So make sure to head on over to the Discord and join. And on the forum and the Discord, make sure to give your constructive feedback on the contest and engage with fellow champions. And while you're at it, on the forum specifically, you can get an extra chance at a 5-star gold character of the weekend, and that is El Grande Americano numero uno in the forum giveaway. Make sure to give your constructive feedback on the forum in order for a chance to win.
All right. Well, that's it for this video. Be sure to give 2Bob29 a follow on YouTube and Twitch, and subscribe to the podcast, and just send him cookies. He's an awesome guy. Don't like track down his address. That's weird. Don't be weird. But just like him on the social platforms that I just mentioned. Also, both Champions Chat and 2Bob have a Discord, so be sure to check out those as well. And for those who are on the stream, don't go anywhere. We are going to power rate one of 2 characters, and then we're going to read the blog again, and then we're going to power rate somebody else if there's time. So stick around. But for those of you in YouTube land, like the video, subscribe to Champions Chat, and send this to your friend or faction mate who needs to know what's going on this weekend, and they need to know what's going on this weekend, so have them watch this. We'll see you on the next one, friends. Bye. Sweet. All right. So those in Bloggy Land, those who are on the chats here with us, do we want to do Back in Business Becky, or do we want to do Grande Americano for our power rating? What do you think? Let us know in the chat. What do you think, Bob?
Let's do a poll.
A poll? I forgot we could do that again. My channel, our Rusty and I's channel, doesn't do polls because we apparently aren't cool enough on Twitch to have the capability. Okay, either that or I need to have Goldie fix ours or something because she does amazing things and I don't know how she does it. So
I don't think we can do a poll anymore, actually.
Really? Did those go away or?
Yeah, there's still a bunch of commands, but there's no more.
Huh.
Poll.
What's up, Slim Numbers? Yes, Ozzy Osbourne is El Grande Americano confirmed. Yes, we got the video. It was not supposed to leak, but Ozzy Osbourne is in fact El Grande Americano. So, yep. We are going to read the blog again here in just a little bit. Yes, we will. I see Grande, I see Becky, and I see Ozzy. We've already power rated Ozzy, but All-American First Tech Gable. Oh my gosh. If we were going to power rate the old Tech Gable, Road Dogg might have somebody who could finally compete with him at the bottom.
Road Dogg was not great.
Yeah, he was not. Sir Zorro took up the challenge and made a video, and I loved it. It was like, here, I'm proving Champions Chat wrong, and it took every ounce of Zorro to get him to even hit like a wet noodle. So, yeah, Chad does have a broken finisher. I don't know if they've fixed that or not. Okay, most people are saying Becky, so yeah, let's do Becky. All right, give me a second to get the intro ready again, and we'll get started. Ready, set, fade to black. What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee from Champions Chat, and I don't know if everybody knows this or not, but one of the original 4 that helped to create the power rating system. To Bob, how you doing?
One of the OGs, baby. We're here. We're in the building. It's always a blast to be able to join in on one of these power rankings. Stoked that you have me here, Lee. This is a fun time. Always love when I get to do these.
Yeah, well, if you don't know what a power rating is, we go through and we don't just like give you a tier list. Not that tier lists are bad, but we actually feel like we've kind of broken down the 5 aspects that even the devs of this game kind of use to design the characters so that you can know in specific ways whether or not a character is going to be great on your roster. Not just are they great overall, although we kind of figure that out along the way, too. I don't want to spoil anything, but Bob, I'm really excited about this Becky. I like her.
I remember when you were asking me, who do you think like we should put up?
Yeah.
Like, man, if we could get Becky on this list and show people just how good she is as an A tier, I want to see where people rank her.
Yep.
And how good she is as an A tier compared to those S tiers and S plus tiers and even the other A tiers.
Yeah.
Bex is really good.
Yeah. Yeah, King Kong. We did King Kong Bundy's power rating last week, and as I said on there, I was surprised. I hit 80 to 90 million with him, and I did not think that was possible literally before I did the power rating video. But Becky, she's not a surprise. Like, she's just good. Now, couple things. I have already unlocked her gear. I am on the candy store account. There's nothing I can do about that. We can adjust for nerfs, but Bob, I think this gear is going to be very readily available in the community. Talk to me about that real quick. Do you think a larger portion of the game community will get this gear, or it's going to be kind of out there and rare?
I feel like this is very similar to what you mentioned with Michelle McCool and your faction.
Yeah.
That a majority ended up getting it. The ones who didn't probably didn't play as much as they could have. This is essentially replacing the Piper Niven gear from last month.
Right.
Now, I know a lot of players weren't happy with the armory changes, but a
Right.
lot of people ended up getting that Piper gear last month. Now,
Yep.
here's two other reasons why I think that you will get her gear, Becky's that is, this month. Reason number one, the milestone that you need to get Becky's gear is a lower amount of points than it was for Piper's gear last month.
Oh.
Almost by 400,000 points.
I did not realize that.
It is right at the 3 million mark milestone. That is number one. And number two, this month is, instead of a 4-week MLC, a 5-week MLC.
Yep.
So there is going to be a lot of opportunity to come across this gear.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I love that. So we'll debate amongst ourselves here in a bit whether or not this counts as one rare thing or whether we need to nerf it. But we're running the 2 Bob special. It is green, yellow, yellow. 1 MP green. 1 MP. She's an A tier, and she has a 1 MP move. I love that. Deal 2.25 million damage. Increase your yellow MP by 6. Also, if the opponent's class is Striker, which I called out in our breakdown video, you know you're going to face Strikers. That's like, you're going to go into feud, there's going to be Strikers there a lot of the time, so that's not super hard to get to either. You deal more damage, and you make 18 random gems into multiply gems of strength 6, and if you have the gear, that goes up from 6 to... why is it not there? 10. The descriptor was gone. That was weird. Then you've got the Leg Lariat. It is a 7 MP yellow move. Deal damage, make the bottom 3 rows into crossbreak gems, and reversal. If the opponent generates a trap gem, deal damage and increase your yellow gem damage by, where'd it go? Increase by 150% for 2 turns, and you steal their turn. Then you've got the finisher, which is a 10 MP, but because of the 1 MP green move, you only need Kofi, and you start loaded turn 1. You deal damage plus 400k bonus damage for every crossbreak gem. Then your finisher hits, and you make 49 random gems, which is the whole board, into her primary color, yellow. That's really good for an A tier, I feel like, Bob. Tell me, I mean, you picked this moveset, and I agree, it's great. Tell me about this.
I was such a fan of this moveset when I saw that this is essentially a 1 MP to get things started type of moveset. Those are always, to me, just incomparable. She's got cross breaks. She has damage per cross breaks. Those are not very easily counterable, not widely reversed in the game.
Right.
She is, I feel, almost unfair against Strikers, to be honest. The numbers on her is mind-blowing when you fight a Striker. And the really cool thing about this one, to me, there is a lot of skill plate variety and a lot of entourage variety that you can use with this, because, like Lee mentioned, all you really need is Kofi. The rest is just up to your own discretion as to what you want to do.
Yep.
So it's really good.
It is really good. So we are in total agreement on 2 to 3 of the 4 trainers, but there, like he said, there's a lot of variety. So I've got Kofi, you need him. Also the UCCable Andre, and I mentioned in the preview video, but he's rare, ish, but definitely you can get him for the lowest amount on the UCC of what they offer. So 100% crossbreak gem damage is great. And then you've also got the very free, very commonly, I have so many shards of him now, Striker Steve Austin that does 40% to all color gem damage. So really you've got this right here. Now Bob had said the new Rhea would go very well there. He's absolutely right. There is one of the Hall of Fame characters that you can put in there that does with the yellow gems. There's crossbreak gems do 100% more damage right here with Tori Hall of Fame. Excuse me. I got a frog in my throat. And that does also buff the amount of damage that you're doing unblockably in the crossbreak gems. What other trainer sets, we don't need to go over a whole lot, but what other trainers would you consider swapping out, or coaches on here?
It all comes down to yellow gems for me, right? I know Mommy's on top Rhea, we were saying, is a very rare trainer.
Right.
But to me, it was just yellow gem damage, right? Another one that's super duper free that you can't play the game without is Showboat Cena.
Yeah.
He's 45% yellow gem damage also, and this is all yellow gems. So very good there. And one other alternative, if you're using this strictly to fight strikers, you can have any multi-gem character. You can bring in Sherry, you can bring in Mosh, you can bring in a lot of that focuses and dedicates on the green move multi-gem side of things as a hardcore. So there's just so much variety with this move set alone.
Right.
This is only 3 moves out of this character that, to me, and this is why I wanted to really rank this character, is so versatile.
Right.
So yeah, Becky's very good. And I think there's a very strong argument to be made for her possibly being top 5 showboat in the game, and maybe even podium if you really want to go that far. But then you're starting to try and dethrone Michelle McCool and Asuka. Obviously, Mommy's the best, but Becky is really, really good.
I agree. So somebody said there's no ish. Andre is super rare. I get that, but she's not. So you could run her and then run yellow gems right here, or you could run him and run yellow gems right here. So if we're saying Andre is super rare, I'll replace him and put in somebody who does yellow gem damage, and we'll start there. And then if we need to, we can add plates. I'll show you. I'm not going to run anything in there. Muda's super rare, so I'm not going to do that. Who's my yellow 40% that isn't Muda?
I know we said we're not doing zombie punk.
Yeah, we can't do zombie punk either. Or even if we just get to 30% yellow real quick is fine as well. Let's see. Purple, all gems. Yellow, 30% with Brawny Stroface. That is
Bret Hart. Or Braun Strowman.
Oh, yeah. Bret Hart's 35. Well, yeah. No, let's do Braun for right now. That's super, super free. So this is all free-to-play characters. Literally all free-to-play right there. And then on the strap, I do have a 100%, not a 150. And I've got Fury 2s, not Fury 3s. So very accessible. We'll look at some plate combinations here in just a sec, but let me just show you, not against a striker, what she can do. And while I'm clicking buttons, Bob, you can talk about her. You can talk about why you like her or whatever, because I'm just going to click you through here real quick.
Man, I love this Becky because she's so damn good, and she's fantastic even against non-strikers. But if you're looking for those 9 figures like effortlessly, just put her against a striker.
Yeah.
Lee's playing with no skill plates right now. If you really want to see wacko numbers, put some skill plates on her. Put a star-crossed 8th anniversary on her. See what she does. I promise, it's wild.
Yep. I agree. So this was 30 million, which is not, I mean, that's A-tier numbers. That's where you want her to be. But notice, she didn't drop a single multi-gem on there. And like Bob said, really, once you start getting strikers in there, that's where it is. So nothing on her is rare right now. I am going to add the Star-Crossed, because even with a single rare thing on there, she can still be a 5 out of 5 in that category. So I want to see with just the Star-Crossed, okay, let me ask. While I'm looking for the Star-Crossed, do we consider the Shades of Reigns a rare plate? I don't know how available that is in the community. I've only got one myself.
I don't think that's the most common plate. I would probably consider it a rare thing.
Okay.
That being said, I don't think it's a huge difference maker in terms of the yellow gem versus Motu Andre.
Yeah.
I'm maybe in the boat of Motu Andre is not a rare thing.
Okay.
He's really accessible on the club. I think he's like 50K or 70K.
Right.
So pretty much you sign up for the club and you got him. but that's also my outlook. And again, I fully own up to I could definitely be wrong on that one. But I also know that you're playing this with a 100%er instead of a
Right.
150. I know that you're playing this with tier two medals, or sorry, tier
Yeah.
Fury two medals instead of Fury threes. So this is still a very dumbed down version of what she can do at her penultimate damage for sure.
Right. And I can go up against Nikki Cross on the road and show you that. But now
Oh boy.
we're going to do a lot more damage per, because I switched Andre back on. So you're doing damage there. 1.2 million damage times 21, plus everything turns yellow with 8 times multi gems on there. She's got 75 million health. She does a really floaty, weird finisher. That dropped half her health. This drops. So she got down to 17 million. So that was about 57 million total with just adding Starcrossed in there and Andre. So as you can see, she's right on the tippy top or right near that tip of top end damage without actually even having some of her buffs. We go against a striker and it's done, right? Remind me
And
where the striker is on the road, though. I always
this
forget her.
moveset also doesn't utilize the gear either.
It doesn't.
So you cannot
I've
use
nerfed the
that
gear.
as a knock against her in terms of I need the gear. This doesn't use it.
It's correct.
So I mean she's great in my opinion. Her cap out damage at like at top end, I forget what they call it, end game, something like that. Her end game level of damage is it's comparable with some of the better females in the game. It really is.
Yep.
Um, and look, I'm always a fan of a one MP winner.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I mean this move set is crazy. So now look at this cuz now we drop all of these on the board. Now, granted, the bottom 3 rows are going to disappear, but everything up top is going to stay, and then we're going to drop for the star-crossed. So it starts to get pretty nutty. This is the last we'll run, and then we'll power rate her, and then we'll read the blog. But watch this. She's already gone. That's the problem. I think it doesn't show me her damage because of that. Yeah, it didn't show me all. It just showed me 58 million, which she did way more than that because she was already gone
Yeah.
with that there. So, yep, we have not yet started using tier sixes in the power ratings, but that adds a bunch of damage to her. Yeah, she's very good, very good. And if you just run her double purple, that right there is 90 million in I think 2 clicks with the gear. So
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
She's she's great, man. She really is. Just to me, I can't remember the last time that we've had an A tier that I think will be regularly used on as many rosters as Becky will be. Um, and this isn't like any hatred towards Bundy or Bossman
Yeah.
or any of them recently, but when you talk about your top of the line female showboats, they're all typically pretty rare or expensive. Mommy is not something that you just woke up one day and got. Michelle McCool, if you played, is up there, but I think she's comparable with Michelle McCool. And Asuka is also not the cheapest in the game. So,
True. That's true.
group
Well,
of players that didn't get Michelle McCool last month, this is a fantastic substitution.
agreed. Agreed. So I only showed the number that was on screen was her doing 57 million. So in fairness, does that make her a 4 out of 5 on damage,
I think
or can we confidently say the numbers were not just what was shown on screen because she was already gone?
I definitely can tell you just by the number of damage that you get per cross break,
Right.
you can add another 20 million to that. So you're looking at over 75 to 80, somewhere in that range. I think there's a good argument against the striker that she's a 5. I also think that if you did run her the purples, she'd be over that 60 marker too, like you were mentioning. And end all be all, I think if you ran tier 6 medals, that she would effortlessly crush 60 mil.
Yep.
So
I've seen her hit 60 million 3-4 different ways. So I mean, like I say, the numbers on there, just, it's hard because once you hit a certain damage point, if a character's gone, it just doesn't show correctly, and it drives me. Bob and I can affirm, we have told them this, like, please fix this so we can see it right, but it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Speed, so at least 2 of the following need to be true to get a 5. MP charge is equal to or lesser than 6 MP. And again, she has a 1 MP charge move that, if you have Kofi on there, fills all of her moves. So that counts. 1 move does all the damage that you need. Move recycles flawlessly, yes, because then you go to where you don't even need the green move if you go to turn 2. And or animations are quick, resulting in a feud win in under 45 seconds. Bob, having been the single top player of multiple feuds in the past, could you confidently say she would win in under 45 seconds in a feud?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
especially if you're going to use that double purple set that you used, or if you're going to fight a striker, man, without a shadow of a doubt. She's smoking. She's smoking.
All right.
Becky is back in business.
She's, as it says, Becky's back in business. So for readiness, for a character to get a 5, they need to use 0 or 1 rare thing, which is a plate, gear, moment, or etc., which we recently kind of decided with the community, etc., does include if they're good against one special class or whatever, because we can't account for it in any other way. So going up against a striker to get top damage does count as a rare thing or a special thing, even though strikers, I've made my argument with the community, but we always go with the voice of the community. Just going up against strikers is not super rare, but that does change the dynamic in such a way, whatever, that it does need that. And then the Star Cross. So for that category, she's a 4. She didn't really use a lot of rare things, but technically anything above 1 special thing does give her a lower score, and we always go to the lower score when we're in question. Here's where we start involving the community. So the last 2, versatility and entourage ability, we apparently can't poll, but for versatility, for a 5, character would need to be competitively usable in all major modes, feud, boss, and showdown, and have a special gem type, which everybody does now. For a 4, character needs to be competitively usable in 2 of the big 3 modes, and for a 3, character is competitively usable in only 1. If she gets lower than that, we'll talk about 2 and 1. I don't think she will. So in the chat, put a 4, a 5, or a 3, whichever you think she is going to fit in there. And then, Bob, you tell me, boss battle, showdown, feud, yes or no? Big time backs.
Yes, and yes.
Okay, why then? That was easy answer, so why?
So my thinking, right, per feud, we obviously discussed how quick she will be, how strong she will be.
Right.
So I'm a huge fan of that. Showdown has changed. Showdown is no longer the -6 MP game mode that we all used to dread, that we need a gear and a Hall of Fame link just to get a couple of MP. And the fact that she has a 1 MP move is essentially unstoppable in terms of getting her moves locked and loaded. And boss, I know it's going to sound a little silly, they've been trending towards making the A tier character viable for boss.
Yep.
And Becky, as we see, is very good against strikers.
Yep.
So if we get a striker boss that it gets a multi-gem bonus and a yellow gem bonus, Becky's going to be really damn good.
Yep. And we know that they're building the boss for this month around the A tier, because that's what they've done the last 2 months, and they said they're continuing. So, ta-da!
Yeah, so
So
I'm
you're
looking
saying
forward
Bob
to it.
says 5.
Bob says 5.
Bob says 5.
I also looked it up, by the way. The
Okay.
poll feature is now gone for non-partners and non-affiliates, so it looks like we cannot do that on the official channel anymore.
That's weird that the official isn't. Anyway. All right, so here we go. So Bob says 5. Lee says 5. I think there's not a mode that she's going to be bad in. Baby Ice says 4.9 because always wants decibels. Always wants decibels. So, not hearing any other dissension in the community, looks like we're giving her a 5 there. Now, the last piece of this puzzle, literally, Bob, did you know, because I honestly didn't until I was getting ready for this stream, did you know that they changed her ability from when we had her in the pre-release stage to now? Did you know she has a different coaching ability?
I found out randomly, which was really funny because I actually used Back to Business Bex and Zombie Bex as a coach in one of my previews.
Oops.
On Powerhouse Lex Luger.
Uh-oh.
And I thought that would have been great because Botch Gems and Botch Gems. Little did I realize they made her Botch Gems even better.
Yep.
So yeah, I went to go back to edit him, and I realized something looked different. I'm like, what is this? Oh, he's stronger. Why is he strong? Oh, they changed Becky. Okay.
Whoops.
Well, hey, look, to me, a win's a win.
A win is a win. The only downside I have to this is it seemed like for a while the special gym types coaching abilities were going to 200%, and we've got 100%. But hey, I'll take 100% botch gym damage over 60%, which was the previous high water mark. So yeah. So here's how we run this through. For a 5, this needs to be an essential trainer or coaching ability that adds something you don't want to go into battle without. For a 4, widely used trainer or coaching ability, helps the character being used on reach their full potential. For a 3, it is a niche trainer or coaching ability, may not be used much but very valuable when needed. And for a 2, it really only offers something if you just don't have somebody who's better. So it's not a 2 because there isn't anybody better in terms of coaching botch gems now. So the question is it niche? Is it widely used to its specific type, like botch gems? Or is it essential kind of across the board? So in the chat, type a 3, a 4, or a 5. Those are going to be your options because I will not accept votes for 2, which I know just means I jinx myself and people are going to start putting 2s in there. Bob, where do you rank her?
I definitely don't think she's a 5.
Agreed.
Right? She's not like a Cherry. She's not like a Santa.
Agreed.
But that being said, I think there is a good argument for either a 3.
Okay.
Or argument I'm going to have to that is whenever you use someone that does damage per botch gems, she's going to be the immediate go-to now.
Agreed.
No more are you using, Zombie Becky if you had her. No more are you using WCW Austin Alliance.
Yep.
You're not using Stacy Keebler, who's literally
Yep.
half of how good Becky is now.
Yep.
So I think there's a good argument of I'm using botch gem damage, I'm using Becky. And the availability of Becky compared to someone like Zombie Becky or someone like Austin Alliance, right? A lot of people should be walking away with Becky this month. So I'm gonna give her the 4. I think I like the 100%er. I think Barrett Barrage is the trainer for 100%er. And for me, I always like the coach more than the trainer because I always feel there's an extra coach spot where there's maybe not always an extra trainer spot when you need MP or something like that.
100% agree.
The more that I talk about it, the more I'm leaning towards giving her a 4.
I agree, and most of the chat is going 4. Baby Ice is the holdout. Oh, now JD Nash also too niche to be a 4. So we have some 3s, we have some 4s. Man, we really missed the. I really missed the polls. We've got 2 3s. Everybody else so far is a 4. So 4 is still in the lead. I'll give it another 30 seconds, and then we're going to close this out and give her final score. So anybody else who wants to swing things in the 3 or in the 4 direction, right now it's still predominantly 4. Let your voice be known. Otherwise...
I guess I'm looking at this, and it's like, even if she was to get a 3 and that's her worst attribute as 100% damage, coach, like, sure, fine. She's just so good.
Yeah. Well, we gained 1 more 3, so we're kind of in between, and the precedent Rusty and I have always set is if there is a dispute on it, we always go to the lower number because we never want to inflate things. We always want to make sure that they're equal with the community. So we're going to say 3 with that. And, if you were a 4, you know what? She was only 1 point. It's only 1 point difference. So right now, she has lost 1, 2, 3 points, which makes her a 22 out of 25. And that's dang respectable. That puts her...
So wild to me.
That she ended up at a 22? Oh, you cut out.
Yeah. It's so wild to me. She ended up as a 22.
Yeah.
Because she's just so good, right? Like, yeah, I can't even see where she's at on your mega ranking list here for the showboats, but I got to imagine she's way up there.
Yeah, right now she is 1 point behind Maxine, Asuka, and Mommy. Those are all 23 out of 25s, all pretty much brought down by their coaching ability or training ability. So, yeah, if you give her that 1 point back, then she's tied with Asuka and Mommy.
Wow.
Otherwise, she's currently tied with Lyra, Becky Two Bites, Indy, Queen Naya, and that is not correct for Trish. And that's the category. That's pretty much right there with him.
Wow.
Somehow we gave Trish a 22 out of 25, and I'm growing to dislike that character more and more and more as time goes on. I know I'm probably wrong, but I can't stand using her. So anyway, 22 out of 25. Bob, does this mean you need to make a 2 Bob Disagrees video? Do you want to respond now, or do we want to wait for the sequel?
I don't even think I can pretend to make one. Like, this is so awesome, right? This is why I was thrilled to look at this, right? I knew she was going to get a good ranking. I had no idea she was going to get a great ranking. Before you end the video, I'm curiously, where do all the other A tiers rank? Not just like the females, but the monthly chase A tiers. Where do they rank compared to a 22 with this Becky? Like, does any of these other A tiers even remotely come close?
Well, 1 sec. Let me just do one thing real quick. 5, 5, 4, 5, 3. Let me just put that in there real quick. 5, 5, 4, 5. That way I don't come back later and go, what the heck is her score? Okay, so A tiers overall. Let's go to the males because most of them are 19, give or take. 18, 19. So JD McDonough, 19. Seth Radical, 19. Let's see. We've got your power ranking on Big Kev is 18. Bret Hart, 18. Batista 20, that was also your re-rank. Tonga Loa was actually a 18. Cowboy Bob, let's see. So the males 18-19 is the average. Big Boss Man was one of the highest ones at 21. Zombie Brett was a 21. The Rabbit was a 21. And Zombie Dom was a 20. Females. Do we have any female A tiers?
Best A tiers that you've done: Big Boss Man, Rowan, etc. They're in the zone, and they're still not as good as we're ranking this Becky.
Right. Twisted Bliss was the last A-tier female. She was a 20. So, yeah, absolutely. Bex is really good. Like, when you start getting towards 25, those 1 point increments really matter. So, if you didn't know, we finally got a top tier Becky in the game, and she's super accessible, very easy to use, and her gear should be fairly accessible to the community. So that's your takeaways. TLDR, or in this case, TL didn't watch 33 minutes. There you go. Bob, take us out and close the video.
Hey, listen, y'all. Huge shout out to Lee for letting me on this one. Thank you all very much for listening on in. Good luck to everybody out there who is going for not only Becky, but is getting that gear. As we went through a good chunk of gameplay here, there's even more gameplay out there that we didn't highlight in this video. Make sure to check out Champions Chat for that. Make sure to check out my own channel for that. Make sure to check out the rest of the content creators' channels for it. You will be pleasantly surprised. And yes, there is way more potential with this character in the very near future. I've got a feeling in my bones she is going to crush it in this upcoming boss battle. So Becky is back in business, y'all. Big time.
Bye. All right, we are contractually obligated to read the blog one more time. And then, depending on time frames, we may or may not also power rate Kamala, I think is what we were going to say. Because if Chad Gamble's finisher is broken, then, or I mean Ludwig Kaiser, if the masked man there that may or may not be represented by Ozzy Osbourne, if he is broken, I don't want to power rate him until he's fixed. So that makes sense, right? That makes sense.
Yeah, we're not power ranking anybody broken over here.
Right.
Why would we do that?
All right, so we're going to do the opposite of what we did last time. So, Bob, you read the first section, and then I'll read the second, and then, we should end up reading the opposite of what we did on round one.
Alrighty, that works for me.
Okay, but you froze. That works for you, and you froze.
Rearrange my stuff over here. Yeah, I even saw on my end the stream even froze. That's how bad I froze.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Well, then, start over.
Alrighty, here we go, everybody. It's the Ring of the Brave. Champion, time to show off your star-spangled strength this 4th of July and earn El Grande Americano numero uno, a powerful new moment, and celebrate Ozzy's final show with Bark at the Moon rewards. And make sure do not miss out on the sweepstakes for a shot at a 6-star gold El Grande Americano. Make sure to unleash the heat this July MLC. You can earn El Grande Americano in the top milestone and the leaderboards. And make sure to relive the epic body slam challenge with the powerful new moment. Find it in the tour and on the prize wall.
And if you missed who was in it, Bob read it on the original, but the most important part of it is the reworked Yokozuna and Lex Luger are in there and get 400% to their gem of choice. Also a Macho Man and the Steiners. So interesting there. Then there's going to be an Ozzy Osbourne special. So spoilers, Ozzy's back. And if you didn't get, because most people in the community did not get, Bark at the Moon Ozzy on his one-day only Halloween special event, now you get a chance to get him on another one-day day only special event. I don't know how accessible he's going to be, but there you go. We can confirm they have not lost the license to Ozzy Osbourne, so this is not his final show, as in never coming back to Champions. But as I said on the first version of this, that doesn't mean it isn't coming, because these are timed exclusive licenses, so they will eventually lose them. However, this is tied to Ozzy's final show, which is coming up this Saturday in England, and it's literally his final concert. Like, he is retiring after this show, and so they're honoring it in-game with this special, and that's basically it. You can also get the Dark Master skill plate. We'll see that when I read that section, and some prize wall medallions, but that's basically it. Bob, did you freeze out?
Make sure to celebrate 3K with a bang, everybody, and enter. No, am I here? Hello?
Okay, you're good. You're good. I hear you.
Oh, okay. All right, we're back, baby. Celebrate 3K with a bang, just like my vocal cords. Make sure to enter now. This 4th of July, go big or go home, because we're celebrating another milestone, over 3,000 champions on the new Discord. If you're not there, make sure to get there. Thus, we are giving away not 1, not 2, but 3 brand new El Grande Americanos at up to 6-star gold. Make sure to join the sweepstakes now, and there is a link to the sweepstakes and the gleam.io that will tell you all the ways that you can enter. As always, just like Lee said in the first part, just like I'm going to say here in the second part, just like we always say every single dang week, everything is taken from a test environment. Text, numbers, items, dates, all of it are subject to change. Things in the contest might still be a work in progress, so make sure to check in-game for all of the most up-to-date information once the contest has begun.
Agreed. I always love it on Wrestle Talk when they do not 1, not 2, not 4, but 3. Yeah, that's... Anyway. Schedule of events. The Ring of the Brave solo contest, many of them, begins tomorrow at noon Pacific time. Faction Feud begins Saturday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Blitz this Sunday at noon Pacific time. And Day 2, which is also Saturday, but at noon Pacific time at Reset, there is a Final Show of Darkness contest. There's also, if you are a Prestige Pass member of the Ultimate Champions Club, you get a drop this weekend, which is almost always your single coin, but it gives you that coin where if you don't spend anything else, you get the double reward or the first time coin reward from that. There you go. Bob, back to you.
Woo! Time for the reward highlights of the weekend. We have the MLC Chase Numero Uno El Grande Americano. There are no shards of his in the regular section, though, unfortunately. However, in the premium section, there are multiple ways to earn him. There is a 6-star bronze in the top solo milestone and more versions of him in the solo leaderboards. On top of that, there are 6,000 shards in the solo leaderboards, as well as 75 more in the Blitz and 25 more in offers. I believe so decent amount of shards that are available there. And as for back in business, Bex, man, we're back in business. It's not a lot of shards, but something's better than nothing. There are 75 of them in the solo milestones and 75 additional in the premium section under the offers. So not a crazy amount of shards this weekend unless you're way up there on the solo boards, but there is plenty more in store, and Lee's going to tell you about that right now.
Well, there is a premium prize wall. So, as always, if you get this weekend's featured character, you get more things. So I would guess he's going to be in the loot. We have no confirmation on that. but I would guess he is, because you get a Friday special tour, you get a Sunday special tour, you get premium medallions, and some other stuff like points in the contest if you get Grande Americano. So special rewards, Visceral Visage, that's this plate, that's this one right here. The Nearing End, which works amazing on Bark at the Moon Ozzy, if you also happen to get him this weekend, and some 6-star gold chests. But you need to recruit El Grande Americano numero uno and play, spoiler, El Grande is actually Maxine Dupree's tour for medallions. Then you've got the regular feud prize wall, which includes the Yokozuna's Body Slam Challenge Moment token, which ironically is still the highlight of Lex Luger's career, and they treated it like he had won the world title, and he didn't. He just body slam. Not that that's a small feat or a small man, but still. Boosts you can see on screen there. The big important ones is that the reworked Lex and reworked Yokozuna take advantage of those 400%ers. Speaking of reworks, they've also reworked Ultimate Warrior Warriors entourage ability. So at 6-star gold, you get plus 80% silence gem defense, which scales up from there. And with that, 7 little coins, although you'll see on the prize wall there is also a 7 pull for 7 coins typically. So if you spend it on this instead, you get a 6-star warrior guaranteed, plus some shards. Bob, tell us about all. There's a lot. You just do whatever you want, read them all or summarize them, I don't care, whatever you want.
Listen, we're not going to waste all that much time, but I'm going to tell y'all this is a crazy shard wall this weekend. Brand new Drew, PG Punk, Yeet J Uso, Kamala shards. Michelle McCool, for those of you that didn't get her last month, great chance I'm picking her up now. Vader Time, still one of the best characters in the game. I know, like Lee mentioned, a lot of people look over him, but man, is he good. Viscera, for those of you that didn't get him for the hundo, he's there with shards now. Rex Regum, last time is now Cena. A lot of you are super close. Hopefully this, I'm crossing both hands and fingers for you. Hopefully you can get him with all these shards. Walking Condominium Bundy, Umaga, who I know a lot of players are still missing out there. Revenge Tour, who's also another chase. Return of the Glow Naomi, Corporation Boss Man, Story Continues Cody, The Champ Sami Zayn, $1 Million Bam Bam as well. We got Dirty Dom, Best in the World CM Punk, and Sheamus of the Brawling Brutes. So a massively packed shard prize wall. We also have some skill plates on here. There is the Bulldog Bracers, the Nightmare Insignia, and obviously the highlight here is definitely the Thomas chest. So good luck for you if you don't have one. There's a chance to get one this weekend. And like Lee had alluded to, there are some loot coins for the weekend. There are also 150% gem damage straps for numero uno and Hall of Fame Lex, as well as plenty of other items on the wall. So jam-packed wall this weekend. And in regards to the Ring of the Brave chest that you're going to see as we continue in the blog, the items here are just a tiny little snapshot of what you can expect. So about 15 shards of a lot of those characters that we just highlighted in the prize wall, or a chance at a 3-star bronze Americano. But Lee, let's go back to Ozzy for a moment here. Let's tell people what they can expect on 7/5, the day of his retirement.
The retirement tour completes with Ozzy, the special event, which includes spending, as we would expect, final show of Darkness, loot coins, and earn awesome Ozzy rewards. Max milestone 1.6 million. What you can get on that, though, is a 6-star bronze Ozzy Bark at the Moon, which he is speaking of power ratings, he was a 24 out of 25. He very, very good character on there. The Dark Master, whenever you break 20 or more trap gems, generate 20 black gems. Works great on Ozzy, and there's a couple others that works great on. Also, you've got 11 Ring of the Brave feud medallions, but what Rusty cared the most about, now that he's officially seen this, is the $20 for the Bowler outfit. The Bowler of Darkness gear gives you, I forgot what the gear even does, actually. Do you remember, Bob? It's 150% trap gem damage, I think.
It's a lot of trap gem damage. I don't know the exact percentage. It might be
Okay.
200. It might be 150. But
We'll look at it.
it's a big
It's a big
damage gear.
number. And Ozzy's going to be not necessarily outright required, although he is in one spot, but he's going to be like big CSS for a lot of things this weekend, as they should be. So to tell you more about that, let me turn it over to my friend Bob.
To Really? Yeah, well, we're talking about the solo contest here, y'all. The solo contest max milestone is 11 million points, and the reward highlights for that are a 6-star bronze El Grande Americano numero uno, 75 back in business Bex shards, and up to 65 prize wall medallions, which is a lot for this weekend. Also, please note the top 20 leaderboard ranks can get up to 6,000 additional El Grande shards, and the top 2 is guaranteed poster at up to 6-star gold. The CSS are as follows: El Grande Americano and Drew McIntyre, the Chosen One. We also have Kamala, Viscera Ministry of Darkness, Rex Regum, the big boss man of the corporation, King Kong Bundy, the Walking Condominium, and any Ozzy Osbourne with a limit of 10 CSS wins. So make sure to get your Ozzy in there. And Lee is going to tell us about the feud contest and why those 10 Ozzy wins are actually going to help us in more than one way, not just for the solo, but towards that contest.
That's right. Play feud in the war score points and reach milestones. Now, basically, the top war score is 500 million. That's what you want to see. You get 12 feud medallions, 5 brave chests, 8 ring of blade blitz tickets, and 400,000 strap parts with 2 million bits. Here's how you do this. So here's your CSS. It's pretty much the same as we've had the last several rounds. Innies all the way down for every of the classes. So you got to run every of the classes 10 times each. That's 60 matches right there. Any Legends era, hopefully you double up on these so that you do these and these at the same time, give or take. Attitude, New Gen, Reality, Ruthless, and Hall of Fame. So no PG, no IOW, which they don't really do IOW stuff like that anymore. But since they just did a few PG characters, thought they might have done that, but, it is what it is. The challenge of these is like Reality era now, because unless you have William Regal, who's your Reality era person? I don't know. I can't even think right now.
I've been actually using either of the Dudleys.
Oh, yeah, of course. Good call. Not a challenge, then. The Dudleys are both good. And then you've got limited time tours. Bob, you're up.
Alrighty. Also, Lee, very quickly, it is 150% trap gem damage. You were correct on that here, so congrats on that one. The limited time tours, the reward highlights are as follows. 1 of the Yokozuna's Body Slam Challenge Moment token, that is in the 24-hour numero uno tour. Nearly 6 million solo contest points, as well as another 1.5 million in the 24-hour numero uno tour. And 7 Ring of the Brave premium medallions, which obviously will require the premium El Grande Americano numero uno. The other rewards are 9 Ring of the Brave chests that we discussed above, 1 feud boost, and 10 of the Blitz tickets. The tours. On Friday, we have practically every tour but one. So on Friday, we have the 24-hour contest bonus numero uno tour, which requires numero uno El Grande Americano. On Friday, we also have the challenge tour. Normal requires a trickster, hard requires a powerhouse, hell requires a striker, and your CSS is the modern era. We also have an American Power Tour. Powerhouse is the requirement. Your CSS, Cody Rhodes, The Story Continues, The Immortal Hulk Hogan, Hall of Fame Undertaker, Lex Luger, the American Original, post-revamp, by the way, and Bionic Redneck Steve Austin. And our last Friday tour, the Freedom of Fame Tour, Striker is required. And your CSS are a bunch of Hall of Famers, Kurt Angle, Sergeant Slaughter, Hulk Hogan, and Dusty Rhodes. And last but certainly not least, and huge shout out to Lee for pointing it out, the name of the tour being The Amazing Grace, as he had mentioned in his Hall of Fame speech. The Showboat Tour, where you can use Hall of Fame Lex Luger as your CSS.
And
Taking
you got
me
a
on Sunday.
Sunday Blitz. It's the same as what we've seen on most of them. There's a regular version and there's a champion version. Both of them get you the same amount of things. The champion version gets you there faster. It requires more things, but you get there quicker. So for one Blitz ticket, you have to fill in Modern Era and Ruthless Aggression, and there's no rarity requirements. For the challenge, though, the champion version, you have your Ruthless and Modern at 6 silver plus 3 more 6 silver moderns. Costs 5, but you get the same total aggregate amount of rewards, which are these bags right here. You're used to them, right? So you get a chance at some medallions, and then you mostly get solo contest points. So if by Saturday you feuded and you're like, man, I am not as far in this event as I thought I was going to be, don't forget Sunday, you have a possibility of getting up to 18 Blitz tickets, which will get you a grand total of 90 numero uno Grande Americano shards if you have Michelle McCool. So it's nice. Becky's not going to be rare, but she is right now. Michelle McCool was technically obtainable for play throughout the month. So there's a larger portion of the community that does have her. You might be able to get what you want out of that. Bob, back to you.
And to round us out for the majority of the remainder of this blog, the faction feud requirements. The steel cage is back, except the doors are wide open because there is no lock.
Yep.
First gem damage boost. We got trap gem damage boost. We got leech gem damage boost. Those are all 100%ers. We got a bleed boost for 100%, and our color gems are red and purple for another 50% bonus on that one. The lineup is what you see in game. Grande Americano open on top. Drew, 6-star silver, any Drew, any Trickster 6-star, and open in the middle. Any Raw 5-star or higher, any Powerhouse, any Tech, and open on the bottom row. Some very solid lane bonuses on this one. 100% yellow gem for the middle, 50% green gem for the bottom. So pretty solid stuff all across the board. And as always, your first time win with a superstar in a brawl gives you some additional points. This time it is 250,000 points. So looking like a fun feud. Make sure to always note the requirement if you are trying to run as little as possible. The requirement for this one is that you must run with 4. All right, Lee.
All right.
Close us out.
Closing us out. You didn't mention, but we did before. Ozzy, the purple version of him, the Trickster version, is getting bonus trap and bonus bleed. So he is going to be a menace in that respect. It'd be nice. So head over to the official forum, click there, or Discord, click there. And I already clicked there, so I got a like on this. To give your feedback on the contest and engage with fellow champions. And if you use the forum to do it, this link, not this link, you can get an extra chance at a 5-star gold Grande Americano numero uno just based on the number of people that actually submit properly onto the forum, which is a not a like, oh, I loved everything, like you fake if you're fake in there, but like, hey, here's what I liked, here's what I didn't like, here's the way I would change things so that the things I didn't like would become things I did like. If you kind of follow that format, there is less people that do that, which means your odds of getting a free Grande Americano for just writing words is actually higher than your odds in loot of pulling. So I would recommend everybody does that. Of course, everybody who does do that dilutes the odds. So if nobody does it except me, then oh wait, I'm exempt. I can't. Bob, you and I, we don't get to do those things anymore. So sorry. But that's it for this one, and we're not ending a video because we've already done that. Bob, it's 7:45 my time, 9:45 your time. Do you have time to power rate one more, or do we want to call it?
I'm down if you want to. That's entirely up to you.
Yeah, it's getting really close to my bedtime, but I don't work tomorrow, so that's my saving grace in there. So we're going to power rate Kamala, the Ugandan giant. Now, if you watch our breakdown videos, There's a lot of ways you can run him. Personally, Triple Blue did it for me just because the move damage aspect of it, the stunning aspect, and of course, that's what goes into his new plate, which is a rare thing, but I would argue it'll probably follow the pattern of the Sheik plate, which is it was super rare, it became less rare, and then they just started throwing them into all sorts of things, so a lot of people do have multiple Sheik plates now at this point. There are several builds for him. There's a Juggernaut build that works pretty well, trap and subs, etc. But Bob, I gotta ask you before we start a video: you good with Triple Blue, or am I really missing the boat on another damage set?
No, I mean he has other setups, but Triple Blue's the way to go, and I would even argue you don't need his plate in order to hit like the damage cap that you're gonna look to hit.
Yeah.
So yeah, Triple Blue's good.
Okay.
You can even do it with Double Blue.
You can, yeah, technically you can. All right. Although, again, in our power ratings, we have not yet moved to 150% straps and Fury, in this case, takedown 3s. So it will be a takedown 2 and 100% strap. So if you've got big boy things, he will hit more like a big boy, but he's still going to do pretty good. So let me set up the recording real quick. Studio mode, fade to black, and here we go. What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee from Champions Chat, and alongside me, one of the original 4 that helped create this entire power rating system. What's up, Bob?
What's going on, Lee? Super stoked to be here for a character I never thought we would see in this game.
Yeah.
But I am stoked. Make sure to smack the belly, for this one. But yeah, it's stoked to be here. One of the original 4 with this power ranking setup, and I'm looking forward to this one. It's going to be real fun.
I have too, and I'm noticing something I've never noticed on him before. Bob, did you notice that when he does the little stamp, his belly has jiggle physics on it?
Yeah.
I never noticed that before. He actually jiggles. That's...
Yeah. I love it. I absolutely love it.
25 out of 25 for jiggle physics. We're done. All right. Thanks for watching this video. No. We're going to give him a fair shake. So, as we said in the preview with all of our friends who are watching here, he has other movesets that you can use. His move damage build, though, is a pretty good go-to. So, we're going to do Triple Blue. It is the 6 MP Throat Chop. Deal damage, increase your blue move damage by 100% for 1 turn, then deal damage, increase your blue MP by 5. Arguably, you could skip straight to the Rain of Chops if you wanted to, but I'm going to show you the overhand chop as well. Deal damage, a pretty decent amount of damage, and increase your purple MP by 10, which doesn't matter, at least for this moveset. Then if the opponent's if the opponent created at least 1 leech gem, then you deal even more damage, which does count also as move damage, and steal 49 leech gems, steal their turn. Then the Rain of Chops. 10 MP, but it's loaded by the 6 MP blue move here, and 1 trainer. Finisher, deal a good amount of damage, and force your opponent to skip their turn for 1 turn. Hardcore, if the opponent's class is Technician, then you deal damage again and force them to skip their turn. So you can skip the turn up to twice. Entourage, we're going to run with your blue MP getting loaded by Lawler, plus, nicely, Pat Patterson. Blue MP will get 2 more, and all moves get 100% more damage. You've got Elias, not Ezekiel, whatever his name is, for blue finishers do 50% more. Now, the 4th spot, I originally showed him with Ilya. Blue moves that deal damage do 40% more damage. There's a lot of options that you could do right here, Bob. I don't have Gooker. Gooker I still consider very rare. Triple H Rex Regum is pretty rare. Is there another blue move person you would put here, or do you think Ilya's the way to go?
I mean, Ilya's fine. I forget who the name of the Hall of Famer is for blue. Like, maybe it's Hall of Fame Trish or something, or like Godfather, one of them. But it's the same thing as Ilya. It's 40% all blue moves. So it's the same outcome. It's just yes, and I'm sure Lee is on the same page with me. Ilya is definitely more rare than your Hall of Fame Trish type of character, but it's the same outcome, right? Like
Yeah.
that's what it comes down to. Um, Honky Tonk. Thank you very much, James. It's Hall of Fame Honky Tonk, who is
Oh, here you
the
go.
40% blue coach.
Well, then let's just switch. We'll just switch him out right there. Hall of Fame Honky Tonk. Good shout. So he's free to play. Elias, not Ezekiel, or whatever his backwards name is. He's been popping up a lot more lately, and Pat Patterson's been popping up a lot more lately. Do you feel like any of these guys are on the rare to super rare side of things?
The only argument would be Pat Patterson, but there's been plenty of times that you can get him, especially like in those bags that give you the random character drops.
Right.
But he'd be the only one for sure.
Yep. Yep. Well, then we're going with the strap. Now, as I mentioned, it's 100%, not 150. Means you can still do more. And it's a takedown 2 set, not a takedown 3 set, which means you can do a lot more. However, I do have the blue 200% blue move damage right here on this one, so you're getting that. And then we are using one rare thing. I'll take it off for the second round just to show you don't need it. But the new, what's this called? The Gruesome Guys. Whenever you activate a blue move, you increase your blue move damage by 100% for 2 total turns. So, how important, while I'm doing this, is that plate, Bob? Do you need it?
I don't think it's all that important. It's oh look, damage is always nice. Numbers are always nice. But this is not like a make or break plate, right? Kamala's great enough without it. That's my take on him.
So, without the plate, you're doing 3 million for your first move. You're doing, or wait, that's not 30 million, right? They need commas so bad in here. 97. No, it is 1497. Okay, 3 million right there. You're doing 6 million on your second move. Your finisher's doing 32 million, but that's before you buff it. So watch when you Warren buff it real quick, because now you've got boom, a 3 million hit. That's going to load your finisher. So even if you did not have the plate, you're still hitting in that 60 million range because the plate buffed on there. But 75 million, I don't even need to hit the middle move. And it's 14 million. So we are easily doing in the 90 million range with the plate. And I'll run it back one more time super quick just to show you and prove you that it hits well over damage. And it's super easy, super quick. And I think it's fun. I just love how he chops the absolute crap out of them. It's so fun.
I love it. I find it so funny because like we've known Gunther to be the king of chops, and it's like every single one of his moves. It's like you got a throat chop, you got an overhand chop, you got a random chops. He's just the chop master over here.
Kamala the chop master.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think of him when I see it. Kamala the chop master.
I love it. All right, well, let's remove his plate and just show you the same thing. Arguably, Pat Patterson now being the only rare thing, if you consider him rare. And if you don't, there is literally 0 rare things on this guy right now. So we're going to do our 3 million damage, and we're going to just go straight from this move to the next move, and it's going to be quick. Ready? Boom. So now you're doing 12 million damage there and 65 million damage there. So you're not really picking up a ton. I didn't even hit the middle move because he's just instantly going to chop his brain and they're done. So meta relevant and even maybe meta exceeding damage with nothing rare except for maybe Pat Patterson. So I'm gonna reset the board real quick so we can see this. But the way this works out, there are 5 different categories. I need to switch off of Becky. Spoiler, she was a 22. So for a 5 in the damage category, character would need to do 60 million or more easy 90 plus million. He's a 5. For speed, at least 2 of the following need to be true. MP charge is equal to or lesser than 6. That's his exact move charge. Moves recycle flawlessly. They do. And animations are quick, resulting in a win in under 45 seconds in feud. I normally ask you because you're much more the feud expert than me, but I think I'm safe to say 3 clicks and he wins is 45 seconds or less. Am I right?
Yeah, especially when you can 2 buttons and win.
Or
yeah, agreed.
2-button click. That's right. Yeah, so
Agreed.
it's a 5. The only rare thing was Pat Patterson, if you consider Pat. But otherwise, there was nothing rare, so that's an instant 5, because for a 5, character needs 0 to 1 special thing. There is no gear, there's no moment attached to him, and I took off the plate, and he still hit all of that. So Pat Patterson being your one rare thing, he's on track for a perfect score. But wait! Now we're into the vote part, and this is where it usually tricks people up. So versatility for a 5, character needs to be competitively usable in feud, boss, and showdown. And everybody has a special gem type. I'll erase that at some point. For a 4, character needs 2 of the 3 to be a competitively, not just like, you get by, but competitively usable. And for a 3, he's usable in 1 feud, boss, or showdown. So in the chat, type a 3, a 4, or a 5 to cast your vote. And as always, I'll go to Bob. Well, normally it's Rusty. As always, I'll give the other person on the stream to get their expert opinion on what modes are you using them in, what modes do you think you maybe aren't.
I'm immediately using this guy in my feud lineup.
Yep.
He's instant go-to. But that being said, I really feel pigeonholed with him in that regard. I don't know that I'm going to ever end up using him in boss unless there's a blue move damage boss and then it doesn't really refill. So like I'm kind of concerned about his blue move damage capabilities for boss. So I'm at a 1 in for feud, a 1 out for boss, and then I'm kind of tossing up on showdown.
Okay. Why are you tossed up on showdown?
The thing that I like about showdown, he has a hot tag. So you only need a 1 turn on showdown because he has the hot tag reduction. But I don't know. I don't like his hot tag move. It doesn't give him the MP. It's really low damage compared to everybody else's hot tag.
Interesting.
It's only like 25 mil instead of 30 or 50 or anything like that, but I could see an argument for it.
Okay.
So I'm stuck on 3 and 4.
Well, I never think about the hot tag because that's so new and it's such a new layer. It says whenever you tag into the match, you deal 20 million damage, but you then increase your blue move damage by another 100%. So it's basically like having his plate for free, basically, of your hot tag. So it looks like chat is primarily going 4, and I would agree. I don't know that I'm ever going to see him be the boss battle destroyer. Maybe, but again, it'd be rare. It'd be like it shows up once, but he's not going to be the consistent destroyer of worlds. I could see you using him in showdown, especially with the hot tag, and as we established, he's a go-to for feuds. So based on chat and Bob and Lee, we're giving him a 4. Last but not least, entourage ability for a 5. This would need to be an essential training or coaching ability that adds something you don't want to go into battle without. For a 4, it's a widely used ability, and it helps the character it's being used on reach their full potential. For a 3, it's a niche trainer ability. May not be used much, but very versatile when you do use it. And then for a 2, it really only offers something that if you don't have someone who does it better, you'll go, well, I guess I'll use that. His coaching ability is reinforced gems do 60%, black gems do 40%. Bob, There is a precedent for this move.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? There is a number that's already been set for similar moves, but chat, what are you thinking? Bob, what are you thinking?
I feel super odd about this one, because like typically, yeah, you're gonna give this like a 3 or a 4, right? Because this is solid, 40% color gem damage, 60% of another gem,
Right.
like a type gem damage. They just don't go together.
Right.
So
agreed.
It's so weird to me. Like, I want to say yes, if we follow the trend, it's probably going to be a 3 or a 4, and I could see that.
Yep.
For me, I almost want to say that it's a 2 because I don't ever see myself using. So we have a what's his name? Zombie Sammy.
Yep.
Zombie Sammy is the 60% reinforced with 30% yellow. This is 60% reinforced and 40% black. But there's no real characters like that other than I think it's just Drew McIntyre, the Chosen One.
Yeah.
And so, like, at that point, it's like, man, you're talking 1 out of 650?
Yep.
That's like unusable, really.
Dang.
So my argument, and I know it's not going to be a popular opinion, my argument would be a 2 because Zombie Sammy does what he does better because there's more yellow reinforced gem characters than there are black ones. So that's where my vote is, and I completely get it if we get a 3 on there and we keep the trend. No arguments there. But the Bob vote on this one's a 2.
Man, I'm definitely putting that in the comment. Bob votes a 2. Whoa! I did not see that coming. I didn't think you were going to argue for a 5, honestly. When you said, yeah, usually 3 or 4, I was like, well, it's not going to be a 4. But, yeah, I mean, we have a vote for a 2 and some votes for 3. So, right now, late night into the stream, there's not as much chatter on this. It's kind of a 3-2 combo. Yeah. I mean, definitely the 40% to a gem color is good. That's, I think that's worth a 3 just because you can use that on a wide variety of characters. But if you didn't say it, I was going to say it. Black reinforce, like even if they make the next 6 characters that come out in the game exclusively black and reinforce, you're talking like 0.01% of the game characters would use it, right? So it's not good. It's not strong. It's not helpful. It basically makes Chosen One Drew even better, and yeah, he's really good. He's really good. So yeah, I would say in the chat, anybody who's still awake with us, give us your 2s or 3s because that's all we're taking is 2s or 3s. But I would vote a 3 just because the black gem 40% personally. All right. I see one more 3 popped in. I didn't see anything else. I think we're giving it a 3. I mean, that's the majority. Yep, Telvin, thank you. James, thank you. Spider-Guard, thank you. So the 3s are coming in hot. For the end of the stream moment. But yeah, 3s it is. I think 3 is the right way to go. So that means you got 5, 5, 5, 4, 3. So that's 1 point there, 2 points there. Guess what that means, Bob? He is even money with the new Becky Lynch. And he is a super expensive S tier, and she was a super free A tier. What is that? What do you think about that before we go?
I think that I want to see what next month's A tier is going to look like. That's what I'm looking forward to. We're getting back in the zone of these A tier characters. The MLC free chase character being really damn good, and this is awesome because Kamala's fantastic. And so if our freebie's on that same par, oh man, I'm stoked for the community out there.
Yep, I am as well. So this puts him tied with Ozzy Osbourne, and before he got reworked, Xavier Woods Donatello. It puts him 1 point behind Last Time Is Now Cena, Hornswoggle, and Austin the Alliance. Those are some rare air characters to put together. Yeah, he's good, man. He is very good. And my kind of last thought is move damage. We're not in a move damage meta, but that means those characters that do move damage, they're not sharing trainers with others. So if you're doing a feud lineup, you don't have to worry about overlapping with Last Time Is Now Cena, Hornswoggle, or Austin, let alone Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, or these other guys, because none of them are using that same trainer set. So to me, that's actually a really, really good setup. So that's what I think. Bob, final thoughts, and then take us out.
Look, I mean, Kamala's fantastic. He's really strong. If anybody managed to get him, you're going to...
Very lucky.
In Mutant Showdown, but man, he's a speed demon right now in this game, and like Lee mentioned, Pat Patterson isn't getting any use anywhere else. So that's just the facts of the matter, right? So the fact that he doesn't cross over, like, he's good. He's really good. But hey, look, that's it for me on this set of the power rankings. One of the OG4. Huge shout out to Lee for having me out here. Appreciate it. The four horsemen of power rankings.
I know I keep doing that.
And we're calling it out here. So thank you, Lee, once again. Thank you, everybody who's watching the video. Enjoy some Champions Chat content. But that's it for us on this one, y'all.
That's it for this one. Follow 2Bob29 on all of the platforms that involve video, and we will see you on the next one. Bye-bye. All right, we did it, and actually we only went like 7 minutes over. That's a rare thing. Like, this one went quick, which I appreciate, because 8:30 is my... I'm old. No, actually, I noticed, you mentioned it, but you and I are both men of multiple jobs. Men of twain jobs, if you will. And on most days, mine starts where I have to get up at 4 a.m., so 8 o'clock is my stinking bedtime now, which is my 10-year-old daughter's bedtime as well. So, life. That is life for me.
Hey, listen, life is what we all live. You just make the best of it.
That's right. Well, it's always awesome having Bob on here. One of the official content creators for Champions, at 2Bob29. We are at Champions Chat Podcast, which I think we're going to record on Saturday. Are you recording yours on Saturday this week?
I don't know if I'm recording on Saturday because 4th of July weekend, I got to see who all's available. I might postpone till next week, and we'll see.
Okay, well, we're recording ours, I think, on Saturday. Bob might be recording his this Saturday or next Saturday, but check out the podcasts as well, because if you love just hearing random guys ramble on about a video game about men in their underwear breaking gems, we are your hookup, and I'll see you on the next one. Stream over. Bye.